As a small business, you're not just selling to consumers, you're selling to other businesses as well. And there are times where you're going to want to grow your business by, doing partnerships and collaborations and working as an outsourcing vendor, you name it. And you're going to need to talk to those businesses in a way that makes sense to them, in a way that sells your experience to them, that shows them you're the right business for the job at hand. How do you do that? Talking points, all right? And what are they? Well, we're going to find out today. We're going to find out what they are, how to use them, why you need them, and we'll start learning the basic formulaic structure to start building your talking points so that you are ready for any situation. So talking points, as a recap, are how you talk to another business. It's how you sell the experience and your services to a fellow business. You want to grow your business by speaking to consumers and speaking to other businesses. And you're typically going to engage with another business in a number of different ways. And the first would be sort of an outsourcing business. So they come to you, they're going to outsource the business to you, you send it back to them, they're going to compile it at the end to create something. Maybe it's a partnership. Maybe you're going to work on them, be an equal partnership. Maybe you're going to act as a vendor for them. Who knows? But there are times that you're going to need to talk to and work with other businesses. And what you say to a business and what you say to a consumer are two different things, all right? Because again, what that person wants, that consumer wants, is different from what the business is looking for. And the best way I want you to sort of think about talking points is put yourself in the position of, what if you were looking to hire an outsourcing business or a vendor, or I'm looking for a partnership? What are the questions that you would want answered? What are the things in the back of your mind that you would want to know the answers to that ensure that they are the right company for you? All right. So you want to know things like how long they've been in business. Have they been doing what they say they've been doing for any length of time? Have they done anything that needs to, or can they deliver on time? Have they done similar work to this? There's a lot of questions. It's like a job interview, basically. All right. And your talking points will address those things. Okay. And you can have as many talking points as you want. And the idea is, it is a brief bullet point sentence that will start a conversation. All right. So you might say something like, we've been in business for 30 years and we've helped small businesses all around Orange County. It's a little too much detail, but you kind of get the idea. And the idea is that you want to, and that was right off the top of my head, it's not a great one. The idea is that you want to use it much like a selling point to start a conversation with the business, okay? It is a conversation that you're having with them, a dialogue. Much like in an interview, you're going to somewhat take a passive role if they are asking you questions, but you want to be prepared for any and every question that they ask, and you want to be able to really kind of convince them you're ideal and right for them, all right? And talking points are factual. They're based in fact, figures, and statistics. So this is where you can say things like, we do X amount of sales per year. We've been in business this amount of time. We've serviced this many clients. It needs to be verifiable and factual, all right? Because people can go and check these things. And again, much like a job interview, if I'm going to work with somebody, if I'm going to partner up with somebody, I'm going to check them out. I want to make sure that what they're telling me is real. And your talking points start them on that road. When you go out to start networking, the first time you introduce yourself to anybody in a group or a networking event, you are going to probably use a talking point, all right? You're going to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is why I do it. And the talking points will do that for you, okay? Now, to structure your talking point, it's a fact about your business, a source of pride about your business, i.e. your experience, an adverb to kind of punch it up a little bit, and that's your talking point, okay? So again, it's fact, source of pride, your experience, and an adverb to punch it up. Now you can mix that up in any way you want. It doesn't have to be in that order. It could be adverb, source of pride, fact, adverb, source of pride, whatever you want, okay? However you want to structure it. when you're talking to another business, you may also need to at some point start using some selling points. You need to pepper in some of the things that you do as far as products, services, and offerings, all right? Now, when you're starting with a business, I would say at least in the beginning, and it's been my experience, I would say probably the first 2 or 3 back and forth are going to be talking point based. And then you're going to start to get into some things like products and services. 9 times out of 10, if they are coming to you and looking for a relationship, they know what your products and services are, and they want in on those products and services, all right? So you're not gonna have to do a ton of selling on them on that. It's more about, can they get those products and services in the time frame that they need it and the quantity that need, all of those things, all right? So again, think about this as a very bullet point by bullet point resume of your business that you can toss out to people. And much like selling points, these will start playing into your marketing materials. They'll start to play into your sales materials, your website posts, your social media posts, anything that you can then take. You can take these and then extrapolate them out into any situation and always have something in your back pocket. So suddenly you're out in the middle of somewhere and you've run into somebody and they say, have you met my friend so-and-so? He's looking for somebody that does just what you do. If you've worked on your talking points, you've got a bunch of them in your back pocket that you can start pulling out and throwing and giving them and saying, yeah, hey, look, you know. So in other words, it's sort of like your Batman utility belt. Your talking points and your selling points will always keep you prepared for any situation, because you never know who you're going to meet or where you're going to meet them. So you got to be ready for them, right?